Welcome back to What to Expect When You're Recruiting, the video series designed to make anyone a better hiring manager. In an earlier video, we showed you a quick and easy way to write a compelling job spec. With your spec now completed, it's time to meet with your recruiter to begin the search. This initial meeting, sometimes called a kickoff or intake meeting, is one of the most important things you can do to ensure the successful recruitment for your position. This video will show you a few simple things you can do ahead of time to maximize the productivity of this meeting, which will ultimately reduce the time it takes to make your hire. One of the biggest reasons why hiring often takes longer than it should is the disconnect between what the hiring manager expects in candidate qualifications and what the recruiter thinks the hiring manager wants in candidate qualifications. To ensure this doesn't happen, it is best to review examples of ideal candidate profiles together with your recruiter at the kickoff meeting. Since your recruiter is probably working on scores of active assignments and will likely not have time to do this initial candidate research, it is important that you, as the hiring manager, do this yourself. Don't worry, this is actually a lot easier than you think. Just as we showed you how to use Indeed.com to help develop your compelling job spec, you can use LinkedIn to quickly gather ideal candidate profiles. Let's say you need to hire a product manager for your B2B technology company in Denver, Colorado. Your position requires someone with new product experience, product launch experience, and some product management experience too. You also would really like someone who knows how to work with engineers and developers. So here we go. Go to LinkedIn and click on the advanced link. In the keyword section, you'd enter in some of the specific skills or experiences you're looking for. In this case, you would enter the words product management, new products, product launch, and B2B. The next thing you would do is enter product manager into the title field, and for now, leave this drop-down set to current or past. Now look at the location area. In this section, you want to enter the zip code to the location where many of the top companies in your industry are located. Since this example is a technology company, the zip code for Palo Alto, California is used, along with a 50-mile radius. Don't worry about the location not being in the same area as the one for your company, in this case, Denver. Since your goal is to find examples of ideal candidate profiles and not necessarily actual candidates, you'll likely find more of them in the areas where the larger companies are located. Click on the search button. You'll see that in our example, there are over 900 profiles, way too many. If you find too many results, go back and add additional keywords, or change the drop-down for the title to current. Here's what happens when we add the keyword engineering. The number is reduced below 500, still too many. Now look at what happens when we change the drop-down under the title to current. It's now around 100. Now start reviewing the profiles by quickly scanning the experience sections and save the profiles of those with some of the skills you want. Don't be concerned if a profile doesn't contain every skill or every experience you're looking for, as none of them will. To save a profile, hover your mouse over the Send in Mail drop-down and select Export to PDF. Save around 10 profiles, and when you're done, take your time reviewing them in more detail. Narrow your profiles down to 5 and make notes about what you specifically like about each. Make sure you print off 2 sets of copies for both you and your recruiter. With the profiles now gathered, you should now put together 2 company lists. The first list are companies that you want your recruiter to specifically target for candidates, like competitors or industry leaders. The other list should contain the names of companies you don't want your recruiter to target, like key partners or large customers, both of which may not take too kindly to having their good people poached by you. The final thing you should really do in preparation for the kickoff meeting is put together a list of 5 to 7 screening questions you'd like your recruiter to ask each candidate prospect, along with what you consider the correct answers. That way your recruiter can score each candidate developed and only present to you those who have passed this initial screen. This step alone will save you a lot of time. Most hiring managers really neglect the time and attention they need for the critical kickoff meeting, and some don't bother having one at all. It's better to not be that hiring manager. So here are the 6 key learnings from this video. Having a productive kickoff meeting is absolutely essential to successful hiring. Preparing for the kickoff meeting ahead of time is time well spent. Use LinkedIn to quickly gather ideal profiles of people with the skills and experiences you want. Put together a list of companies you want your recruiter to target, and put together another list of companies that are off limits. Develop 5 to 7 screening questions you want your recruiter to ask each candidate prospect, along with the answers you're looking for. So there you have it, a few quick techniques for prepping for your recruiting kickoff meeting. Make sure to watch the next video in our series that shows why the 3 words, less is more, is the real secret to conducting effective interviews. And also, please check out our sponsor, Slate's Crowdsource Executive Recruiting, the risk-free alternative to traditional executive search.